what are the most promising signs that the crypto market is showing you right now? Whether it's on the Bitcoin side, whether it's on the XRP side, you can see them. What are the negatives if you can see them? Right now, some of these indicators are showing you they have a little bit of slowdown, but the majority shows you there is a change in trend. And when we say that, you have to keep this in mind. That kind of a change is coming in after 2 months. So 2 months of consolidation is being broken, and the long-term pattern now gives you something clearly. Now, these are not random assets. You have the news cycle, you're watching what's the price action showing you, and historically, whenever you have seen something similar, the results were same. Why would you go against that? This is going to actually take things to the next level. It's coming. It's happening in front of us. Whether we are going to participate in it or not is the biggest question. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. When we are looking through assets and starting to see, okay, some of them are starting to form a new trend, that's an indication in the market. Just like what we saw in Link, that's an indication which the market is giving you, whether that's a small cap, whether that's a large cap, it is starting to signal something. And look at how the price actually moved here. It was at 1.8 towards breaking to the 2, and then next time it's at 4.5. So it just took like 10 days. The price actually rallied. So the market is now close to $2.5 trillion, and large caps are slowly starting to shake up. They would like to move. So whatever we have seen recently is the short-term moves and the small caps. Now it's slowly coming on to the large cap assets. Look for volume and breakouts. It's going to help you massively from here. Ether was the concern part because we were consistently dropping lower highs. It really was a concern. So you reached this point and then you entered here. So on a swing level, you're still making lower highs, but the possibility of the price now going to make a higher low is here. So if you see a bounce off from this point, what we are going to see in this range is going to be very attractive. So you see, if the price bounces back up like this, there is a higher probability that you may break this, retest this, and bounce off. This in Ether is going to push more and more altcoins to the upside. Now, on the dollar side, you reached back to the level which we discussed previously. So the level 1, you broke through that. Level 2, you broke through that. Now you are at this level of support. Now, the question is, do you think this is going to bounce back harder? Do you think there is a hidden bullish divergence? Do you think there is a bullish divergence? As of now, you don't. So any bounce here, I will look for a lower high and a lower low. That formation will have higher odds, and that would give you an idea that, okay, this is the level of resistance you're targeting. This is the level of support which you're looking at. So the moment you actually see this breaking, you can see this coming back down. That time period is going to be very good for altcoins. And it's not just saying it, it's watching what's happening in the market. I mean, $1 billion was just minted, which means someone wanted more stable coin now, which was not in the market, which is now coming into the market, new money entering the market. And that's why I'd agree. Shout out to Marty. Yeah, we're going up. Most likely, these transactions are not to short, but to buy, because the asset is down from its local highs. You don't want to short an asset once it drops. If you want to do that, you want to make sure you do that when the price is going parabolic and it's at the roof. Some of these projects, like Dent, they've been very consistent in developer activity, the expansion, the offers. Throughout the bear market, these were some of the small to medium cap assets which actually were doing fantastically well in terms of the project side. And these actually did what, 120, 150x run up in the last cycle. So I'm like, okay, keep your eyes focused on a lot of different things on the altcoin side, especially on the small to medium cap side. When you see a lot more money entering into the ecosystem, you will be surprised with the moves which come in the market. And when I say that, I'll like to take you back to the majority thought process here. This should be a dominant one. You're watching sellers entering and re-entering on the Bitcoin dominance, which is like, Bitcoin slowing down against altcoins, or the amount of money flowing in to altcoins compared to Bitcoin. So we just saw new money is coming into the market, and a lot of these stocks are about Bitcoin ETFs. So which means a lot of the money is going into Bitcoin. But here, after the local bounce, you're starting to see a candle with high volatility erasing the previous gain. So that kind of shows you people are still looking at altcoins. They are interested in it. Why? This is where the trend line, which we have been talking for few months, 10, 15 months, comes into the picture. You are at that point now. If you do break this, that's a different story. You go nuts. But what are the odds for that? If the history stand true, most likely you are going to get rejected, and the price structure shows you that it is going to get rejected and come back down to 40. Such a move in the price action is going to open up a ton of opportunity in the market. This is why I was arguing, like, we have two possibilities. Now, listen to this very carefully. Maybe I'm 100% wrong, but these two things, which I'm going to highlight here, is going to be the important factor which you should be looking at. And these are textbook patterns. Now, one, the price goes up very much. Great. Perfect. The RSI struggled to go up. So this is case one, negative divergence. Price will drop here or consolidate like this for few months, 2 to 3 months. Altcoins will run up. Odds 2, what would be the other possibility, even if it's a little bit rare, during the bull market tops, it's blow off, right? So it's actually rare, but I'm considering that and explaining it because we have seen something like this last time, but that also was a negative divergence. But it came close to doing that. Doing what? The price pushes back up to this level, get resisted, and get rejected. At that time, if you see that the RSI is now showing you it's at these high, that's something to think about. When the RSI is increasing substantially like this, and the price is not, that's a hidden bearish divergence. So if you go bullish, super bullish, when you have hidden bullish divergence, then when you have hidden bearish divergence, you should not neglect that, right? So two odds, negative divergence or hidden bearish divergence, both of them should be on your radar, because this is going to play out, and this is going to play out soon. Remember, when I say this, last time the bounce into the negative divergence happened in 21 days. That's a completion of negative divergence. The local swing high came in 14 days. That's something to think about. Even if you say, okay, I'll include this week too, that's 3 weeks of price movement, 21 days. So in a month, you are most likely going to see either the price is above 75,000, you're going to see the negative divergence, or the price is struggling to break 75, but the RSI is super high. In both of these cases, money is going to flow directly into the altcoins, which would then see, from there you have like 2 months, 3 months. But yeah, for sure, some of these assets which are now breaking higher with Bitcoin will run up with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin goes to that local high or the retest of the top, they will go up. They will do great things. Now remember, when this asset showed you a negative divergence, I clearly remember that. In the group, the SI family, we argued it's going to drop 40-50%. Why? Price was going up. RSI was suggesting you the other side. And now you can see what happened, right? The price dropped 47.5%. Now, at this local low, we told, okay, this is going to be most likely a great area to buy because we are developing this. Those who bought in there at $10, $12 is now watching the price going back up. They're not stressed. Remember, on the commodities market, you're watching silver pushing back up to a level which, if it is pushing higher in next 30 days, that's going all the way back to 2013. So the price of silver is now trying to put in a new high of the decade. That's something really to think about, because this guy has been suppressed for an extended period of time, and now when it is starting to roar back up like this, something is going on in the economy, guys. It's going to be priced in one way or the other. Say earlier today in a one-on-one session, one of the member actually highlighted, okay, watch this guy, the Cliff High. He's been in the AI side of things, and he's been accurate in a couple of his calls, and that guy is calling for something. And that makes a lot of sense with what I've been discussing before, because that's like adding more data points into it. So that's like the end of July, August, there is going to be something coming. I don't know what, but there is going to be something. And considering that the Warren Buffett just invested into a big insurance company, which is in 58 countries, I'm like, okay, that's when I'm going into the conspiracy side, which I really don't want to. But when I do see all this happening in front of me, how can we neglect that? Which means, yeah, your currency is going to be devalued or debased way, way faster than you can actually see. Because the governments have a ton of debt to service, and the amount of debt, when it is high, they want to reduce the value of that debt. How are they going to do that? They debase the fiat. That's where the assets which you hold gives you the ability. Now, a lot of people still have a concern of, are we really going higher? Like, yeah, watch, this is Bitcoin. You're going to the upside, not to the downside. Now, if you have a doubt, go to the other side, which is the altcoin market. You take Ether. This is your direction. You swing above, you swing below, you swing above, you swing below, but your trend is to the upside. Your trend is your friend. You take a small cap. This is in payments. This is your trend. You're bouncing off, bouncing off, bouncing off. You're not breaking to the downside. So price action is giving you an idea that, yeah, I was going lower, but I changed my direction. Why though? That's the issue here. The fiat currencies are being debased. And if you don't believe me, fine. Look at the market and the reaction of the market. This particular movement came in earlier, which is early this year, March, with a huge amount of volume, which we haven't seen for a long period of time. Someone was interested in buying this asset more and more and more for some reason. Maybe that's the breakout of the accumulation. This is the retest, and we're going to go nuts. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But the market and the structure is giving you the clear idea about few of these assets are doing that. And that's exactly one of the reasons why we spend that amount of time in the Patreon, in the Scientific Investor family, to find all of these macro charts, the medium-term outlook, to show you where they are. Because if you're only focused on the micro, you may actually miss the macro. You should not miss that. So if you really don't want to miss all of those and the market action, which just come like this, some of these are very quick than I even anticipated. I never thought like this is going to happen in 10 days, but it did. Some of them would take 2 to 3 months to do that 100, 200% move. Some of them would do that like this in 10 days. So it's up to you whether you take a decision based on the real, well-educated data points of the market. And for you to do that, this is the best place to be in. 1,000+ members are readily taking benefit of all of what I post. You can use the link in the description below to reach me, or it's in the bio of Twitter. Here on YouTube, you'll get that in the description. So guys, if you haven't smashed that like button yet, I request, please do that for me. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.